It begins with a whisper, not from her lips, but in the silent space between her words. A question hangs in the air, seemingly light as a feather. This feather carries the weight of a stone aimed directly at the foundation of your reality, your masculine frame. You feel it before you understand it. A slight shift in the emotional gravity of the room, a tremor in the ground beneath your feet. You dismiss it. You have to, because the alternative is to admit that this isn't a conversation. It's an audit, a psychological stress test, cloaked in the guise of intimacy. Today, we unmask 5 of these innocent questions. We will dissect them, expose the mechanism within, and teach you how to hold your ground, how to keep your frame from turning into a cage. The first stone is thrown. Question number 1. Are you sure about that? Sounds like a request for reassurance, a desire for shared confidence. It is not. It's a surgical strike against your certainty. She isn't questioning the decision. She is questioning your ability to decide. The seed of doubt is planted, not in the plan, but in the planner. In you, wrong response is to get defensive, to list your reasons, to pull out your blueprints, to justify your gut feeling. You've already lost. You've accepted her frame, that your certainty is up for debate. The correct response? Calm, unshakable presence. Meet her question not with a defense, but with amplified certainty. A simple, yes, I am. With a relaxed smile. No explanation, no justification. You are not arguing facts. You are demonstrating reality. Your reality. The game is over. You've refused to play. Then comes the second wave. Question number 2. Don't you think you're being a little intense? A little sensitive? This is the emotional gaslight, a masterfully crafted dismissal. Your passion is reframed as instability. Your conviction is painted as emotional excess. She is recasting you as the villain in your own story, the one who overreacts, the one whose feelings are not a valid response but a character flaw. Your instinct is to justify your emotions. I'm not being intense, I'm just passionate about this. You are explaining yourself to the very person who is rewriting your character. Frame-holding response? Own it. With a slight smile, you say, I am intense. I'm passionate. I wouldn't have it any other way. You have taken her label, her intended insult, and worn it as a badge of honor. You have refused to be shamed for the fire that drives you. Her weapon is neutralized. The comparison is next, the ghost at the feast. Question 3. Why don't you ever do what he did? The he could be an ex, a friend, a father. It doesn't matter who he is a phantom, summoned to make you feel inadequate. A yardstick created specifically for you to fall short against. This is a direct assault on your value. The subtext is not, I would like this, but you are not enough as you are. It's designed to make you scramble, to compete with a ghost. The weak frame reacts with anger or justification. I'm not him! Or worse, I can do that too. I'll prove it. You are now dancing for her approval, a puppet pulled by the strings of comparison. Strong frame refuses the premise. You look at her, not with anger, but with a calm, curious gaze. Because I'm not him. If you want what he offered, you know where to find him. This is not an ultimatum. It is a statement of fact. You are sovereign. Your value is not determined by committee. The comparison has no power here. Let's move into subtler territory. Question 4. Is everything okay? You seem quiet, a little off. This question is a marvel of psychological manipulation. It projects a problem where none exists. It is an invitation to self-doubt. She creates a narrative of your weakness. Something is wrong with you. And then casts herself as the concerned, caring observer. You are now a patient, and she is the diagnostician. The untrained man immediately begins to self-scan. Am I okay? Do I seem off? Maybe I am tired. Maybe something is wrong. He opens the door to his own mind and invites her in to rearrange the furniture. The centered man understands the play. He doesn't look inward for a problem she invented. He looks outward, at her. He smiles gently. Never better, just enjoying the quiet. Is everything okay with you? You seem to need a lot of talking. He has reversed the frame. He has handed the psychological hot potato back to her. He remains the calm center, the observer, not the observed. Finally, the fifth and perhaps most insidious question. It's often delivered with a sweet smile, in a moment of closeness. What would you do without me? On the surface, it's a plea for affection, a desire to feel needed. But beneath that is a test of your independence, a subtle threat. The subtext is, your world should revolve around me. Your strength should be dependent on my presence. It seeks to make her the cornerstone of your existence. The needy response is to shower her with validation. I'd be lost without you. My life would be meaningless. You have just handed her the keys to your emotional kingdom. The strong frame is both loving and independent. You pull her closer, kiss her forehead. I would miss you terribly, but I would be okay. My world is bigger than any one person. You reassure her of her importance while simultaneously reaffirming your own completeness. Your happiness is enhanced by her, not dependent on her. This is the core of a truly masculine frame. Let's put this together. A case study. We'll call him the architect. A man who built his life with precision and purpose. His frame was a fortress of his own design. Then he met the muse. She was beautiful, intelligent, and her words were like water, seeking the smallest cracks in his fortress. It started with, "Are you sure about that?" regarding a career choice. He found himself justifying a path he had never questioned. A small crack appeared in the foundation. Then, "Don't you think you're a little intense?" When he spoke of his vision, he began to temper his passion, to speak in softer tones. The walls of his fortress began to feel thinner. Comparisons to her more relaxed ex-boyfriend followed. He started to second-guess his own nature, trying to emulate a man he'd never met. He was no longer the architect, but a renovator, working on someone else's designs. "Everything okay?" she'd ask, finding him staring into space. He'd search himself for a flaw, an illness, a reason for the emptiness that was growing inside him. The fortress was becoming a prison. The final lock turned with, "What would you do without me?" He realized with a chill that he didn't know the answer anymore. The architect was lost in his own creation. This is the endgame of a fractured frame, a slow erosion of self, so subtle you barely notice until the walls are crumbling around you. It is not overt aggression. It is death by 1,000 paper cuts. But the architect had a moment of clarity. In his prison of a cathedral, he remembered the blueprint. Not the building, but the idea of the building. The why behind his creation. He remembered he was the creator, and the creator can always choose to uncreate, to tear down and build anew. Transformation is not about becoming aggressive or uncaring. It's about reconnecting with your own internal compass, your own unshakable why. Your frame is not a wall you build to keep others out. It is the foundation you build within yourself, so that no storm, no whisper, no innocent question can ever make you forget who you are. Recognize the test, understand the psychology, and choose not to play. Hold your center, own your reality, and you will be unshakable.